So, hi guys, how you doing? This video talks about, actually somebody asked me this question recently and I thought it's a very important subject for people that are going through this. So, antibiotics, okay? So somebody had to have antibiotics, for example, you've got a tooth infection or you've got a chest infection or some infection of some kind, and the doctors unfortunately straight away go to antibiotics. Now, and the problem with antibiotics is obviously you know that they kill bacteria, but what you don't know is that they kill all bacteria in your body, good and bad. Okay, not every single one, but as a majority whole, it kills lots of. It doesn't discriminate, so good and bad. Problem with that is, especially with your gut, this disrupts your gut flora balance. Okay, so it starts to give you issues and difficulties. As a result, you may develop other symptoms and other issues like IBS or severe bloating or abdominal pain and so on. Because what happens is your bad bacteria afterwards tends to grow quicker than your good bacteria if you're not careful with what you eat. So what I'm going to tell you now is, if you've had to have antibiotics, and by the way, there are alternatives to antibiotics, like for example, um, if you are about to get an infection or you can sense it's coming on, or you haven't, if you can catch it early enough, basically, there are alternatives that you can have at home. Garlic is an antibacterial, okay? It's just, it's not in a medicine or in tablet form. You can also get garlic in tablet forms, by the way, but as in antibiotics are a great source, and so is ginger. Those are amazing at fighting off infections and bacteria. So any sign of any illness or infection that you've got coming up, that's a good way to have, is to have garlic, okay? Right. Now, say you've had to have antibiotics and you need to restore your good bacteria. There are foods that you can eat that can help you grow your good bacteria back, okay? Rather than having your other foods or your normal foods, for example, that may again disrupt that and lead you to an overgrowth of bad bacteria, okay? So, good foods are whole grain foods and things like legumes, beans, lots of vegetables. Good bacteria love vegetables, okay? And it helps restore that balance and helps you grow back properly. If you resort and have to, for example, go into red meat or chicken or sugary foods and refined carbs, then that's a problem, because then what happens is the bad bacteria obviously feed on those and they start to grow and they start to take over your gut microbe and your gut flora, which is again leads to other complications and drops in immunity and ill health, and makes you tired and lethargic and so on. So the right thing to do is to focus on those foods for at least 3 or 4 weeks after you've had antibiotics, to give your body a chance to grow the good bacteria back, leading you to feel healthier, better, and then if you need to, you can balance out with other food groups later on. Generally speaking, things like refined carbs and those you should be cutting out anyway. I've spoken to you about those before, but I'll keep speaking to you about it again to remind you. But yeah, that's the way to try and restore your good bacteria back, because you need it, because they're the ones actually that look after your health and affect your mood and your energy levels and so on. So after antibiotics, focus on those and you should start to feel better in no time.